In this video, I want to show you how to build these base cabinets, because this is a pretty common scenario you're going to run into. You've got a door or doors below, and you've got a drawer above here. So by learning how to build this type of base cabinet, it's going to be the majority. As you can see here, we've got drawer after drawer after drawer after drawer, etc., right? All doors. So what's this? You know, kind of like 3/4 of the base cabinets, if not nearly all of the base cabinets, are a typical drawer and door scenario. Now, every once in a while, you're going to have some cooktop cabinet drawers that are deeper, like a 10-inch opening. They're wider, you know, to handle the skillets with the handles. You're going to have dishwasher openings. And of course, you're going to have your typical drawer stack with 3 drawers or 4 drawers, you know, going down. The very first thing I create is a plan. So I'll start off by drawing a plan of what the cabinets look like and my entire cut sheet. You know, here's what the plywood box looks like, here's what the face frame parts look like. And then, since I've already built this job, I went ahead and took notes of, it took 3 hours for this, 1.5 hours for that, and so on. And I'll share these notes with you. But first, can you do me a favor? I'm on my journey to 1,000 subscribers. Can you go ahead and hit that subscribe button to support your local veteran? And then if you actually like all of the content, then hit the notification bell, and then we're on our way. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to build this cabinet. Now, if you didn't have the middle shelf there, you could imagine this as a vanity cabinet for your bathroom. It could be a sink cabinet for your kitchen, and you know, or if you have the shelf here, it could be for pots and pans, whatever you like. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build this step by step. For this cabinet, you're going to need to cut 2 end panels, which will go on the left and right side of your cabinet. And then we need to cut 2 shelves, a toe kick piece that will really, in this case, only be about 31 inches long, a back nailer piece, because there's going to be, 2 drawers on top, so that hardware has to be able to mount somewhere along that back for the soft close drawer slides that we are going to be installing. So back nailer, toe kick, 2 shelves, 2 end panels, a little trim on the edge of the plywood shelf, and that'll cover everything that we need for our plywood box.
Step 1. Draw a detailed plan of how each piece of wood will intersect and the dimensions for material and cut list. Step 2. Purchase 2 sheets of 3/4 inch maple plywood for this cabinet. Purchase 2 10-foot pieces of 2-inch maple. Materials and cabinet boxes, $165.60.
So what we'll need to do to get started is get some Titebond glue. You got your finish nailer. I got 1 end panel and then 1 bottom panel piece of plywood here. The other one is identical to this, and it's going to be a middle shelf below the 2 drawers. So go ahead and glue up each data joint. Put a little glue on the edge of the plywood. Tack it in place with my nailer. Get the other one on. Go ahead and clamp it. So I put glue on the inside left corner, inside right corner, and then straight down the middle. Take your handy dandy glue spreader here, right up the middle there. So that's great. Go here to the other one, down the left side, down the right inside corner there, and then again down the middle. Alright, take your end panel and the bottom piece of plywood. Make sure that looks like 90 degrees. like having tight dado joints. All right, make sure it's smooth and even on top there. Carefully flip it over. Make sure this bottom joint here is tight and smooth and even.
Once you have your cabinet nailed together, go ahead and clamp it, and then use a Bessie strap clamp to straighten it if it's not square. Once you have your plywood glued up and clamped, go ahead and mark out the position of the center part of each shelf. Then take your finish nailer and nail about every 4 to 6 inches apart. Go ahead and shoot a finish nail every 4 to 6 inches apart, and then let the cabinet glue dry. Now you can go ahead and measure for the toe kick. There'll be one at the front and one at the bottom to help support that bottom shelf. Take your pre-cut toe kick material over to the chop saw and measure it out, and then go ahead and cut 2 pieces to the inside width of the cabinet between the 2 side panels of plywood. Take your toe kick plywood over to your Craig pocket hole jig. Drill 2 pocket holes on each end, and I even prefer to drill one in the middle, right there in the center of the cabinet. So I'm measuring here on the bottom of the cabinet so I know how far the setback is for the toe kick board. And then I will glue up both the toe kick plywood as well as the plywood on the cabinet right where the toe kick is going to go. Pocket hole 2 screws on each end and then 1 in the center, right there. Test fit your toe kick material before you go ahead and apply any glue. Make sure everything fits nice and tight and there's no problems. Much like the front toe kick piece, I like to create a rear toe kick piece, and it's brought in from the back of the cabinet by about a couple inches, just in case there's any weird stuff with the drywall. Sometimes you'll have some drain pipe that is coming out of the concrete slab around a footing and needs to be, a little bit of clearance. Now that I have my 2 pieces of toe kick material cut, I like to go ahead and glue up both the ends, the long part there in the middle, both on the toe kick and on the cabinet as well, because glue on glue creates a great bond. Squeeze some glue on the plywood on the cabinet itself, across the bottom there, and up the side. Check the distance to make sure everything is even on both ends. Get 5 pocket hole screws for each toe kick piece, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the center. Repeat the process of the glue for the back toe kick piece. Spread it out, both on the plywood toe kick as well as the cabinet. Now you can see a close-up of what this looks like with the pocket holes on each side of the toe kick material and one in the middle.
And now we have to do a support for underneath the middle shelf here. So I went ahead and pocket hole drilled both ends and one in the middle. So it's going to go like this. You go ahead and get a couple of screws started in the hole here. Are you ready to start building a face frame? Because I am. Let's get to cutting some wood on the chop saw. Okay, so we got the three 28-inch pieces for the top piece of the cabinet, underneath the drawer, and at the bottom near the toe kick. There's no 2-inch piece here at the middle shelf. It's just a little decorative piece of trim there. Alright, we got the two pieces for the left and right, and one for the drawer divider, and that'll be all for this face frame. For the bottom piece of this face frame here, I need to rip it down from this 2-inch height here to 1 1/8 inch, and then that will be able to match the existing cabinets. Alright. Get your safety glasses. Okay, so for our two vertical pieces left and right on the cabinet, those will not have any pocket hole screws in it. The three pieces here that will separate basically the top, the middle, and at the bottom will have pocket hole screws. This is just the leftover waste. And then we'll have a middle divider that separates the two drawers. Okay, now that we have everything drilled, we can just go ahead and glue and screw it all together. First, we're going to need to know where exactly we want every piece to be. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out basically a 2-inch mark here, 4.5-inch spacing, another 2-inch mark, and then we should always, even though we know the numbers in our head, we ought to consult, back to the cabinet to make sure. So if we go back over to here, even though I know it should be 19 1/4, and look here, see it's about 19 and a little over 3/16. 19 and about a 32nd over 1/4. Okay. $30 1/4. $30 1/4 plus some. Okay. So we just need to adjust where we thought the bottom rail was at a little bit. $30 1/4. And then $30 1/4 plus. We'll just subtract a 32nd from here. Okay, so I'm going to take this one side here and line up the top rail to be glued and screwed here. Alright, now the last piece we have to do is that 2-drawer divider piece. So that's kind of what that looks like there. Alright, we should be good to go ahead and put it on the cabinet now. So we're testing the fit again for where all the face frame is at. Make sure it lines up the top of the cabinet. Definitely overhangs this, either flush or overhangs this bottom so we can make it great. So I'm going to do about a 1/4 inch overhang on the right, a little more on the left. And now we just need to go ahead and put some glue on both the cabinet and the face frame. On this side here, it's got a 1/4 inch overhang, so we're just going to go ahead and put our glue inward about a 1/2 inch. And then on the bottom here, put it across the top of this piece of wood. Just always go ahead and flip it on its back. Kind of double check we still have that 1/2 inch over here. So I got our 1/4 inch over here. For the most part, this is what we have. Later on, just due to the house design, we're going to be doing some angled blocks down at the bottom on the left and right 45-degree blocks. And then, of course, I'll pick up some trim and put it on this shelf here. I'll let you look at the back side again. So you can see we got the nailer here, which of course 2 drawers are going to mount to the back of this with the soft close. Got a support here for this middle shelf, and there's a support down here for the back, and obviously front of the toe kick area. Alright, well thanks for sticking with me, and check out the description below to check out any tools that I've used, and of course the maple plywood will be in the description, but you can't buy it. Not through me. There's going to be an entire playlist put together with various cabinets, whether it be vanities, other kitchen cabinets, stained grade island stuff, wet bar, oven, refrigerator, and so on. And if you'd like some more cabinet building and remodeling tips, please subscribe for more. And don't forget to push that bell notification so you actually get notified.